Most people that want to get started building their careers don't know exactly where to start from. And by the way, that's the main reason as to why I'm creating this video, right? So if you go back in history, right, and compare how people used to launch, systemize, and scale their careers back then, it's totally different with how it's actually done in 2025, right? In 2025, things are more advanced, technology is more advanced. There is the use of artificial intelligence right now. So if you actually went to school, completed the whole process, got your degree, right, and there are some people that didn't even finish their grade 12, right? So now the point is that it's beyond. If you're gonna build your career successfully, it has to be beyond what you learned from university. It has to be beyond the concepts, the ideas that our parents and forefathers left in us, because the way the world operated during their time is not the way the world operates right now, right? So let me give you an example. During the COVID-19 pandemic or COVID-19 era, most of jobs, most of these opportunities that can actually get you into a corporate space, get you into an environment where you can start launching and building your career, are now digitalized, right? So here's what I'm talking about right now. If in your local community, in your country, there seem to be no jobs, what you can basically do is that you can literally search for jobs from all around the world in today's era, right? So I remember a few months ago, I was paid $150 from a US-based business owner to do a certain project that I won't mention right here. So if I manage to find the email, I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna show you the money right somewhere here. So what I'm saying is that you are now connected to this global network of unlimited opportunities, because remember, you are not just looking for employment, looking for jobs, looking forward to launch your career within your country or within your community. Because right now, with the use of the smartphones that you have and the laptop or whatever device that you're using right now, you can actually get a job, right? So the only thing that you probably need is to learn a skill. So I know everybody tells you learn a skill, build yourself, add value to yourself, and most of you don't understand what it means to add value to yourself, to learn a skill. Like, so what when you learn a skill? So here is the thing, right? When companies are hiring, they are looking for people who can fulfill either of the two. Firstly, are people who can bring in revenue in the company. These are return on investments type of people, right? You hire them so they can bring in money within the organization. So these are people like marketers, right? If you're a copywriter, right? These are people like sales development representatives, or in other words, we call them appointment setters or closers. So these people bring in cash flow in the business. So these people are hired on return on investments. They are hired on the value, the amount of money that they bring in within the organization, the deals they close, the opportunities they bring in the company, right? So if you are going to be somebody that's going to be hired on return on investment type of basis, and these jobs, trust me, they are the fastest hiring jobs in 2025, because there are more tech companies being launched, there are more AI companies being launched, there are more industries, firms being launched, and these companies that are being launched are competing with thousands of other companies that have been in the industry for a very, very long time. So now they actually need world-class copywriters, they need world-class appointment setters, sales development representatives, closers to work hand in hand in their business, and they're willing to pay you top dollar for these skills simply because you are the rainmaker within the organization, you are the rainmaker within the company, right? That is why recently NAS Daily launched nas.io, right? A community that individuals like you and I, people who are skilled in certain industries, can go ahead and build their business in literally minutes. And this is real. That is how fast technology is actually moving. That is how fast this economy that we are living in is actually moving. So like I said, the first one is a return on investment type of jobs. So now if you want to find out more about return on investments type of jobs, what you can basically do is open ChatGPT or any AI tool that you trust and go and type in a prompt like, hey ChatGPT, give me a list of the top 10 return on investments skills that most companies would need. I want to learn 2 or 3 of these skills so that I can remain relevant in the next 10 days. My boss taught me how to do this thing and I'm teaching you the exact same thing. That's really helped me, because right now I'm actually looking into the future, right? I know exactly what skills are going to be relevant, like as in my industry in the next 10 to 15 years. I have a prediction already. I have skills that I'm mastering already, so I can remain relevant, right? So it is not a degree that will make you relevant right now. It is the value that you can add, right? So I'm going to create a separate video about values, skills, and all of these things, right? So now once you understand that, okay, I'm going to build or develop skills that bring in revenue within the company and become a return on investment type of a person, great. The second type is convenience, right? There are some people who are hired on convenience type of kind of employment, and what this simply means is that you are hired simply because your employer or your boss doesn't have time to do the tasks that you are supposed to do. Let's say, for example, you are hired in customer service. Your boss is the vision guy, he's the visionary, he's the man behind the growth of that organization. He's involved in building that company, taking it growing it further, accelerating it. So he can't be thinking about clients' complaints. He can't be thinking about, okay, whose client is still has pending orders, pending deliveries, pending quotations, pending invoices. So those are low value tasks that can be delegated, right? So if you're into customer service, you're hired simply on convenience, right? Because your boss can't be doing those repetitive tasks that can be delegated, low value tasks, right? So it's up to you to choose whether you're going to want to get hired on return on investments. But what I can tell you is that return on investments type of jobs, they pay the highest compensation. They're going to compensate you the highest, simply because you are bringing in revenue within the organization. I'm going to give you another example. Let's say, for example, you are a tax expert and there is this company that is burning so much cash in tax simply because they don't have their books in place. They're filing returns late and they have all of these things going wrong, and you come in their business to help them reduce how much money they're going to spend on tasks, simply because some gimmicks, some loopholes. By the way, I mean something ethical, legal, and moral. You know how to do that. They're going to hire you and pay you top dollar simply because you are saving the money, right? So if you're going to be paid top dollar, you need to either learn how to help a company save money, right? Grow their money, right? And avoid losing money. You'll be paid more. So if you want to just live by have a job and be okay, you can go and look for convenient jobs. Yeah, so basically that's how it is. And these jobs, you can learn them, you can learn these jobs remotely from anywhere in the world. Remember, the only thing you need is to be skilled at what you do. Just be good at what you do and you'll be good, right? You can land these jobs anywhere in the world, right? The only thing you need to know right now is have that skill you're going to learn and discover one problem in the industry, right? And position yourself as an authority in that space. Then start applying for these jobs. You can apply, for jobs from anywhere in the world you want, in the US, in the UK, in Canada, in Dubai, wherever, right? Or if you wish, you can work locally within your country, right? Jobs are there. What is missing are people competent to deliver. That's the only gap. There are less competent people who can deliver, and there are more companies hiring. Trust me, you are not competing with a bunch of people. Most of these people complaining there are no jobs. Trust me, they can literally do nothing. They're skilled at nothing, and yeah, that is why they don't have jobs, right? So for you, go and learn a skill, start applying, start implementing, and sooner or later, trust me, you are going to launch your career, systemize your career, and grow your career. If you want to learn more on how to actually do this, right, if you don't have an idea on what skill you need to learn, where you can learn those skills, how to launch your career and get a corporate job, remote job, you can just comment launch down below or contact the number on WhatsApp. I'm going to leave right here, and I'm going to guide you on how to get started. I'm on a mission to help 50 Africans land their first remote and corporate job. This is your boy Entrepreneur Closer. Until next time, peace out.